Now again, bottom of the hour, Virginia Tech, North Carolina. For more on that game from Chapel Hill, let's check in with Scott Przwanski.
All right, Tom, no surprise here in Chapel Hill that speed is the topic of conversation. Larry Fedora telling us he wants his group to play with fanatical effort and tempo. It's something he grades his group on every Sunday. How'd they do this past week? Brent Renner telling us they were just 1% off the standard, so they're getting there. In Blacksburg, no panic yet. Even though the Hokies have lost 2 early season games, Frank Beamer has been very positive with this group. He's told them at practice, you played well on offense, you've played well on defense, played well on special teams. You know it's possible. Now it's time, though, to get it done in all one ball game. 3 of the last 4 games between the Hokies and Heels have been decided by 3 points. We expect much of the same here today. All right, let's send it over now to Jen Hildreth in Durham.
Thanks, Scott. We could see a lot of different quarterbacks taking snaps in this game today, as both Duke and Virginia have had questions at the position. Now, for the Cavaliers, who've lost 3 in a row, they think their answer may be in Phillip Sims. The transfer from Alabama with the big arm will be making his first start today. For Duke, it's not so clear. It's going to be a game-time decision, the coaches tell us. Starter Sean Renfrey hurt his elbow against Wake last week. He only practiced once this week, and that was yesterday, so they're not sure what they can get out of him. The backup, Anthony Boone, did come in and engineer the game-winning drive against the Demon Deacons. Now let's see what's going on at Clemson with Pete Yanity.
Thanks, Jen. Well, it could be an issue of which defense bends the least, especially against the run. Clemson's had issues this year stopping opposing rushing attacks, while Georgia Tech is 3rd nationally on the ground with nearly 330 yards per game. Last season, Tech went for almost 400 yards against the Tigers in Atlanta, including 179 by quarterback Tevin Washington. Clemson will face a Georgia Tech defense that allowed a 200-yard rusher last week against Middle Tennessee in Benny Cunningham. And the Tigers boast the league's leading rusher, Andre Ellington. He's averaging 103 yards per game. Another big note for Clemson's offense, wide receiver Sammy Watkins returns after a 1-game absence due to an abdominal virus. Now let's send it to Raleigh and Tommy Kane.
Thanks a lot, Pete. Tonight, the NC State Wolfpack will play host to the Florida State Seminoles, who come in ranked number 3 in the country. And that's due in large part to the outstanding play of quarterback E.J. Manuel. He's got a 73% completion rate this season with only 1 interception. And defensively, FSU currently ranks number 1 across the board in all defensive categories in the ACC. Now, as far as NC State goes, you might remember last year, quarterback Mike Glennon struggled against the Seminoles, only throwing for about 130 yards with 4 sacks. If the Wolfpack want to be successful here tonight, they're going to have to protect the quarterback. And that's going to be asking a lot, considering NC State has lost 3 of their starters on the offensive line. Now, all that being said, the Wolfpack always play the Seminoles really tough here in Carter-Finley, having won 3 out of the last 5 times they've matched up here in Raleigh. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Tommy Kane. And as Tommy mentioned, the interesting twist to this one is that NC State will be without 3 of its starting 5 offensive